Right. Okay, students. Can someone please confirm whether you all can see me and hear me clearly? Can someone please confirm? Can someone please confirm whether you all can see me and hear me clearly? Can someone please put it in the chat box? Yes, right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ziana. Right. A very good morning to every one of you. Uh, we, as usual, we are starting our classes. As you all know, we are starting our classes a little early. So on Saturdays, yes, we are starting our classes early. And then it is very important that you join the live class, which is utmost important to be able to understand. Because if there is any doubt, you can clear it then there. Okay. Right. So I hope. Okay. So I hope you all have already done the homework that I have already given to all of you. Right. So that is very important. Make sure you are doing those small stuff which should be done and you are ready for the next class. Okay. So for this class, I have already given you all some homework. Okay. So I hope you all have done that so that it would be easy for all of it would be easy for me. Even if it is correct or wrong, as I have said, there is no problem. But you need to make sure you are giving your 100% attention. Right? Okay. So I'm not wasting much time. I'm straight away moving on to the question. Okay. Straight away moving on to the question, I'm showing the unit 4, right? I'm showing the unit 4. Can someone again please confirm whether you all can see the unit 4 tube which we are supposed to do today? So this is where we stopped. Can someone please put in the chat box? Yes, sir, we can see the unit 4 tube. Right, okay. Thank you, Ziana. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to erase whatever that we had written last week. Okay, so and make sure that everything is done. Right? So give me a second. There is a small technical issue. Give me a second so that I can come back and be ready with the backup plans because yes, doing this class is not an easy thing because there has to be a backup plan because of the technical issue. So give me a second, I'll be back. Right. Okay. So, sorry for the inconvenience. Right. Okay. We are starting. Right. So, respective ledger accounts. Okay. So, this is something that we have not done during the last class. Respective ledger accounts, and then the trial balance. Okay. So, these are the two things that we have to do. Can someone please tell me whether you all have done this personally? At least you all have tried it to do this. Can someone please put it in the chat box? Yes, sir. We have already tried this. Can someone please put it in the chat box? Can someone please put it in the chat box? Okay, yes. Very good. Arva has tried it. What about others? What about Salia? What about Ashini? What about Ziana? Have you all tried to answer this question? Yes, Ziana has tried. What about others? What about that? What about Ashini? What about Salia? Yes, Ashini has also tried. Right? Okay. So we can move on to the respective ledger accounts. It's very simple. Okay. So cash control account we have already done. And then we are moving on to the respective ledger accounts, right? So now what I'm going to show you is the respective, whatever that we have to do regarding the respective ledger accounts, okay? Right, so we have done this last week. Can someone please confirm whether you all can see the Excel sheet? Can someone, any one of you can confirm whether we can see the Excel sheet that I'm showing right now? Right, thank you, Zia. Right, okay. Right, so you all can see the Excel sheet. This is what we did last, right? Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do the respective ledger accounts. Now, what are these respective ledger accounts? Anyone who knows what is this respective ledger accounts, can you all please put in chat box if someone knows what is this ledger accounts? Since you all have tried to do the answers for this, you all have definitely known what is the meaning of ledger accounts in your simple words. In your simple words, I want to know what is the meaning of ledger accounts. How to do this? Can someone please tell me? What is this ledger account? Can someone please tell me? Yes. So this is a very simple one. Ledger accounts means this. You all have seen something like this. Okay. Sorry. So ledger account is this. This is the T account. Okay. Very simple one. Very straightforward one. So this is a ledger account. Okay. I have shown you. Right. So this, if you see, this is the ledger account. Okay. So this part is the ledger account. Okay. So now, first of all, very simple, right? So now what we have to do, right? Very simple. Cash sales of 230,000, right? So number one transaction. I'm not going to show the transaction. So the tute is with you. So I'm also having a hard copy of the tute with me, right? So cash sales of 230,000. Now you have to write the double entry, right? You have to write the double entry. So one goes to the sales column. Okay. One goes to the sales column. So I think we can delete this, right? So we can get this up. Okay. We can get this somewhere here, right? So if you have not done this, you can do it simultaneously with me, right? So this is sales account. right? Okay, very simple. You have to have always double entry. So what we are going to do is double entry in a T account format, right? Okay, so sales account and cash account. So there have to be two accounts. Okay. Now cash account, we have already done this. When? How did we do this? In the cash control account, all the cash related ones are already available. So you don't need to do anything related to cash. In all the transactions, I'm repeating again, you don't need to do anything related to cash. Why? Because we have already prepared the cash control account, right? So only the sales related ones we will be, only the other accounts apart from cash. That is what we are going to do. So once I'm doing this, you will be able to understand. If there is anything, you can put it in the chat box, right? Okay, students. So number one, as we can see, cash sales of 230,000. So now, are you going to record this in the debit side or credit side? Very simple. This is very basics. These are the basics that you need to remember. Okay, so these are the basics that you need to remember. Are you going to record this in the debit side or credit side? Come on, can someone please tell me? Now, this 230,000, are you going to record this here or here? This is what I want to know. On the right hand side or the left hand side? Can someone please put it in the chat box? Is it on the right side or the left side? So right side, we all know that is always credit side. Okay. Yes, I'm getting answers from Ziana. What about others? Do you all know? So this is very important. Okay. This part is very important. So the left hand side is credit. The other side is, so left hand side is debit. Right hand side is credit. What about others? Sales account, where do we recognize? Is it in the credit side or debit side? How to decide? This is very simple, straightforward. Okay. Okay. Ashini, Arva, Salia. Ziana has given the correct answer already. Others, I want answer. Are we recognizing on the right side or the left side? Credit side or debit side? How to decide? Very simple. Right. Arva has also given the correct answer. Very simple. This is very simple. On the first day itself, I gave you a chart. You have that chart, you are done. What is that chart? Yes, that income related chart. Okay, so that accounting equation and not accounting equation, the elements of accounting related chart. Okay, so I gave you assets. If it increases, it's debit, credit. And then if expenses increase, again it's debit. If it decreases, it's credit. And then income, capital, and liabilities, if it increases, it is always credit. Okay. So I hope I don't want to give it to you again because the basic foundation is there. So if anyone doesn't understand, please let me know. Right. So sales account is credit. You put this here as cash. Right. Very simple, straightforward. Okay. And then the respective other entry goes to the cash control account, the debit entry. And we have already put this here under this. So you don't need to do anything related to cash. Why? We have already done that. Okay. Right. Very simple, straightforward one. Right. Okay. So the next one, cash purchases of 115,000, which includes VAT portion of 15,000. Right. Okay. So cash purchase of 115,000 includes a VAT portion of 15,000. So have we done this correct? Is this sales account is 230,000? Are you sure? Have I done this correct? Or does someone has a doubt? Sir, how did this become 230,000? Or a different answer should be presented? No, why? 230,000 is not you should recognize. Why? How much is your sale? Your sales in your total cash that you are receiving is, yes, 230,000. But out of this 230,000, out of this 230,000, out of this 230,000, 200,000 is related to your sales income. Okay, your sales income. And then the remaining 30,000 is related to what? Your VAT component, VAT output. Okay, this is what you need to make sure you understand. Keep these things in your mind. Okay, so we can't recognize 230 here. We have to recognize what? Yes, very important. Okay, we have to recognize what? Yes, we have to recognize 200,000 here. And then what else? Yes, we can recognize. We can recognize. Right, so give me a second. Right, okay. So this is something that you need to make sure you understand and keep these things in your mind. Okay, right. Right, okay. So this is something very important, and you need to make sure you are maintaining separate accounts, separate things. Right, okay. So again, this is very simple, right? So now we are moving on. So this has to be 200,000. And then what else? Yes, very important. Right? So we have to open another T account. Okay. What is that for? Yes, VAT output. Okay. VAT output. What is VAT output? It's related to sales. Right? So again, you need to mention cash and put 30,000 here. Okay, very simple one, right? Very straightforward one. Okay, so I hope you all have understood. No one has any doubts about this, right? That is why I'm going slow, very slow. That is the reason that I'm going slow, right? So I hope every one of you have understood what this means. Okay, right? Okay, so this is very simple, straightforward one. Right. So the next one we are moving on. Cash purchases 150,000, which includes VAT portion of 15,000. Okay, so that is transaction number 2. Right? Transaction number 2. So you have to make sure you are preparing a purchases account. Right? Very simple. Very simple. Purchases account. Okay. Purchases is, what is this? Yes, out of 115,000, you have to recognize how much? Yes, 100,000. Why? Out of 100 and, okay, out of 115,000, how much is your purchases? It is 100,000. Okay, the remaining 15 is what? This is the VAT component. Very simple. Okay, very simple, right? So now this one, right? So I'm going to erase this, right? I'm going to make sure I erase this, right? Okay. So the next one. Now, are you going to recognize on the left side or the right side? So this 100,000, you're going to recognize on the left side or the right side. I have to recognize on the both sides. but you have recognized only on one side. Which side is that? Come on, I need to know. Can someone please put it in the chat box? Purchases, you're going to put it on the debit side or credit side? Yes, very good, Ziana. Very good. What about others? Ziana is always first. Come on, you need to compete with Ziana. Come on. What about others? What about Arva? What about Salia? Even if you don't know, no problem. You can just try. Right. Arva has also given the correct answer. What about Salia? Waiting for answers. Right? Is it debit side or credit side? Right? Okay. So it has to be on the debit side. Okay. So always, why? It's an expense. First day I gave you the chart. I hope you remember. If you don't have the chart, let me know. You need to have the chart in front of you. You need to paste it in your bedroom, because that chart is the one that will give you 95%, 99% of the knowledge in accounting. If you have that chart, accounting knowledge is done. You have ensured the accounting knowledge. Okay. So this is an expense, right? And then the 15,000 part should be going into VAT, another VAT account we need to draw, right? So VAT input, okay? VAT input is what you are going to recognize under. So make sure you put cash and you put 15. Very simple, straightforward one, okay? Right. So the next one, payment of electricity bill. So that is not relevant to this, okay? So you can directly prepare another account saying electricity account. Electricity bill account. I'm going to open another account. So electricity bill is an expense. Definitely you have to recognize it on the debit side. Okay, very important. Okay, so these are the small things that you need to make sure. I'm just putting 12 without putting 3 zeros. Okay, just cutting the 3 zeros, right? Okay, and then the next one, cash collection from trade receivable. And discount allowed is how much? 10,000, right? So 50,000 related, right? So cash collection from trade receivables, 40,000. You have collected cash of 40,000. And you have given a discount of how much? Yes, you have given a discount of how much? 10,000. So your debtor balance, okay? Now we are talking about your debtor balance, right? Very simple one, debtor balance. Okay, so yeah, this is your debtor account. Put it as debtor account. Okay, so your debtor account will be what? Yes, your debtor account is reducing. Why? You're getting cash from debtor. Now I want an answer. Okay, okay. So what we are doing is 40,000. 40,000 is the amount that you are receiving, right? After 10,000 of discount. Okay, so this is what the question says. Question doesn't say after, but we have to assume that it is after. Why? We have received 40,000 and given 10,000 discount. That means what actually you should have received? You should have received actually how much? 40,000 plus 10,000. So this is 50,000 is what you should have actually received. So from the question, you need to understand. Okay. They are saying 40,000 you have received in cash. Okay. After, and then discount allowed is 10,000. That means after allowing the discount, you're receiving 40,000. So before allowing the discount, how much you should have received? You should have received 50,000, right? But you have only received 40,000. Why? 10,000 is discount. So now, debtor account, will you record this 40,000 or this 50,000? Come on, I need answers. In debtor account, will you record 40,000, this 40,000 or this 50,000? Come on, I need answers. It can be correct, it can be wrong, no problem. The data account which we have drawn, okay, which we are ready to go through, are you going to recognize 40,000 or 50,000? Come on, I need answers. Let me erase this. Okay, 40,000 or 50,000? Come on, I need answers. Right, very good. Ziana has given the correct answer. What about others? About others? Are you going to recognize 50 or 40? Come on, 50 or 40? So now you need to understand how what is the amount by which your debtor will reduce. Your original debtor was 50,000. We all know that. But you are giving 10,000 to your debtor as a discount. Okay, your debtor is settling 40,000. But ultimately, should he need to settle that remaining 10,000? No, right? So is the total debtor balance is reducing by how much? Reducing by how much? 50,000. So make sure you're writing this as 50,000. Okay, right? 50,000. And then there is something called discount allowed. You have allowed the discount. Okay. So cash related ones, we are not going to do anything because we have already recognized the cash related part. Okay. So discount allowed, very important. Okay. Discount allowed part is very, very important. Right. Discount allowed part. Right. I'm going to draw another column for another T account for discount allowed. Okay. Right. So this is, need to put cash, need to put 10. 10 is the discount. Very simple. Right? Discount allowed is always debit. Did you understand? Come on, I need your honest answer. Arva, Salia, did you all understand? Ziana, did you all understand? Is there any doubt? Even a small doubt? So I couldn't understand. No problem. You don't need to worry about anything. Always, if there is something that you didn't understand, please tell me. That is why I'm here, because theory classes are very important. And that is when you have to make sure you're giving your 100% attention. Okay. So if you didn't understand, please tell me. But I am waiting until you all tell me, sir, okay. Until three of you all tell me, sir, okay, we have understood. Until that, I'm not going to go forward. Please put it in the chat box, because if not, that is not, if you, even if you have a doubt, please tell me right now so that I can clear it. Okay. So I'm waiting from you all. Did you all understand? Put it in the chat box. This is a little bit complicated. That is what I'm saying. Yes, very good. Arva has understood. Ziana has understood 100%. What about Salia? Come on, I need, if you didn't understand, it's okay, no problem. You can tell me. I'm going, that's why I'm going so slow, because I can go very fast, quickly finish off the syllabus. But if you all didn't understand, if you all don't have the proper foundation, so once we do past papers, we will be doing like 15 years of past papers, and then the fast track, last 6 months fast track. Those, when that moment comes, you will find it difficult. Then the revision classes start. You will find it difficult by doing when doing those questions. Why? Because if your foundation is not good, you will not feel easy, right? So, Salia, come on, did you understand? I need an answer from you in the chat box. If yes, yes. If not, if you didn't understand, no problem. Right? Okay, right. Okay. So now we are moving on to the next one. Cash paid to creditors 30,000 and discount received 5,000. Very simple, right? Cash paid to creditors 30,000, discount received 5,000. Okay, right? Okay. So this is also very simple one. So we need to open two accounts. Okay, one account should be for creditors account, and the other account will be for what? Yes, discount received account. Okay, discount. See. Okay, so the cash related one, we have already done it in the cash control account last week, so we don't need to do it again, right? Okay. So cash paid to creditors 35,000. Sorry, 30,000 and received discount of 5,000. Now let me know whether you all are recognizing cash amount 35,000 or 30,000. Come on, I need answers in the chat box. Will it be 35 or 30 in the creditors? How much your creditors are reducing? How much your creditors are reducing? Is it 30,000 or 35,000? I have put both the answers. Cash pay to creditors 30,000, discount received 5,000. Okay, after receiving discount, you are paying 30,000. So before receiving discount, how much? Come on, I need answers. The chat box. The chat box. I need answers. Whether creditors account will go down by 30,000 or 35. I've written both the answers. I hope you all can see my Excel sheet. That is what I'm sharing. Right, very good, very good. Ziana has given the correct answer. What about Arva? What about Salia? Right, very good. Arva has also given the correct answer. What about Salia? Right, okay. So this very simple one. So it has to be 35,000. And discount you are receiving is how much? It's always credit. Why? Discount received is an income. Okay. Discount received is an income. So how much is this? 5,000. Very simple. Straightforward. Done. Right. Repayment of bank loan 45,000 Interest includes 15,000. Okay. So now we have to open two more accounts. Okay. So let's copy and paste this. I can do this, but you all don't have the privilege to do this. Why? Just put as bank loan and remove this part, right? And you open an interest expense account. I can just copy and paste this. Sorry. Yes. Interest expenses account, right? Okay. This is also done. So now bank loan. Bank loan is a liability. Okay. Your liability goes down. You have that chart with you. The liability goes down. Your liability goes down. What happens? It has to be on a debit side. Very simple. I have given you on the first day. So bank loan is a liability. The liability goes down when you settle the liability. Okay. If you do the payment, your liability goes down. So it has to be on the debit side. Very simple. Right? So this is not 45,000. This is 45,000 including interest. So you have to take the interest portion out. Okay. So now I'm going to give you very simple one. So 45,000 is the total payment. Out of this, 15,000 is for interest. The remaining 30 is for bank loan. Okay. Very simple, straightforward one. Right. Okay. I'm going to erase this. Right. So this has to be, if we can put it as cash, and put this as cash, 30,000. And then interest expenses are always on the debit side. It is 15,000, right? Cash rated, we have already done it last week, right? Okay, very simple. So we are moving on to the next part. Okay, we are moving on to the next part. Payment of salary, 35,000. Payment of salary. So salary is an expense. Okay. Salary is an expense. We have to open another account called salary expense account. Okay. Right. So let me put salary expenses account. Right. So I'm going to do this. Right. How much is the salary expense account? Very simple. How much cash you have paid? You have to put it on the debit side. Why? Expenses are increasing. That is always debit. In the chart I have given you. So 35,000. Right. Very simple. So cash rated part, we have done it last week. Additional capital introduced by the owner. What is this? Very good one. Right? Very simple one. Additional capital introduced by the owner is the next one. Okay. So you have to put it as capital. Capital is always on the credit side. Very important, on the credit side, or not on the debit side. It has to be on the credit side. Okay. So you have to put it as cash, and you have to put it as 1.2 million. I have reduced 3 zeros and put it, but in your this thing, make sure you're doing it. So this has to be 35. Sorry, this has to be 5. I have to reduce the 3 zeros. This has to be 35. This has to be 30. This has to be 15. Right. Okay. So now it's good. Right. So to reduce the 3 zeros, that is very important, because I don't have enough space. That is why I'm doing this. But in your this thing, better if you do it with 3 zeros. But still, if you have done without 3 zeros, that's also no problem. Okay. Purchase of furniture. Right. Purchase of furniture. We have to open another account. Saying furniture account. Okay. Just rename this as furniture. Very simple. So furniture account is always, it's an asset. Your asset is increasing. If you buy furniture, what will happen to your asset? Your asset will keep on increasing. Okay. So if your asset keeps increasing, what will happen? It is on the debit side. Okay. That is very important. Put it as cash and get furniture for 900. Very simple. Right. So that is why I'm going a little bit faster. I hope because you all have already done the homework. Rent income received. Right. Okay. Another one. Rent income received. So you can just put it as rent income. You don't need to put rent income received. Okay. So rent income is always on the credit side if it is increasing, right? So 24, 24 is your income. Recovery of impairment losses. What is this? Recovery of impairment losses. This is also an income. Okay, very simple. Right? Last week we spoke in detail about this. Recovery of impairment losses. Saman and Saman Mali. Can you remember the example? Saman Mali always gets and forgets. Can you remember? So someone gave roses to Saman Mali. He was selling roses, but Saman Mali didn't pay. And one fine day, Saman Mali came to Saman and gave the money. Saman was very happy. So this is what recovery of impairment, recovery of Saman Mali's cash, right? Okay, very simple. So we have to put it here on the right side because there is an income account. Your income increases, it's always credit, right? It has to be 60, right? Okay. Cash sales 345,000, which includes VAT portion of 45,000. Do we need to open a new account? No. Why? We already have sales account. Nahari. Here is the sales account. Okay. So cash sales 345,000 includes VAT. Nahari. So how much is your sales value? Sales value is 300. How much is your output? For sales, it is output. For purchases, always input, right? So you put it as cash, and you put it as put it as 45, right? Okay. Very simple, straightforward one. Cash purchases, the next one. Yes, we also have that account as well. 460 includes VAT portion of 400. So this has to be cash, 400 and VAT input. Nahari. We have already have the column, right? So done. Done with the next one. I hope I'm not too fast. If you all didn't understand anything, put it in the chat box. Okay. Payment of telephone bill. Payment of telephone bill. Okay. Now what you have to do for telephone bill? Do you have a different account? No. What you do? You get a copy of this and paste it. You can't do this. I can do this. Since you're writing in your workbook, you all can do this. Telephone bill, can edit, right? Payment of telephone bill. That is an expense. Very important to identify whether, yes, is an expense. In the daily business, you need to always, on a monthly basis, probably, you need to pay your telephone bill in your in your business. So that is always an expense, right? Okay. So payment of telephone bill, you put it as cash, 70,000, right? So the next one, drawings made by the owner, cash drawings. Cash drawings is a what? Is an expense. Okay, cash drawings is an expense. Okay, drawings, then expense. How much? 125. Very simple. The last one, cash paid to creditors 60,000 and discount received 10,000. Cash paid to creditors. Do you have the creditors account? Yes. You can put it here. Cash. How much are you going to put? You're going to put 60 or 70? Come on, I need answers. You're going to put it here 60 or 70? I need answers. 60,000 or 70,000? You have paid the creditor 60,000 after receiving 10,000 discount. So you are going to, your creditors are going to reduce by 60 or 70? Come on, I need your answer in the chat box. Ziana, Arva, Salia, need your answers in the chat box. Right, Arva has given the correct answer. This time Arva is number one. Very happy. Oh yes, Ziana was maybe due to a connection issue, I don't know, but no problem. There has to be a healthy competition between all of you, right? Very happy, Ziana, very happy, Arva, right? Okay, so both of you all are, and everyone in this class, they all are brilliant students. That is all that I can say. And then discount, okay? Discount you're receiving, you put it as cash and you put it as 10, right? So this is what we are done, completely done with the ledger accounts, finished, right? Do you all want time or can I move on to the trial balance? Do you all want time or can I move on to trial balance? If you all want time, you all can take to write. So, but if you don't need time, I can directly move on to the trial balance. Is your idea? Do you want me to show the entire screen? If I show you the entire this thing, you the accounts may be smaller, so you all may not be able to see everything clearly. If you all want more time to write, I can give you time, but I hope you all have completed this and you all have already done the homework. This is a part of homework. Once you all are done, please put it in the chat box. We have done. Right? Okay. So I hope the time is enough. If you all need more time, let me know. But I'm moving on to the trial balance. Okay. So I hope you all have enough. You all have done enough time. Okay. So first of all, what you need to do in the trial balance is your trial balance needs to tally. Okay. Trial balance. Okay. So this is the debit balance. This is the credit balance, right? Okay. So first of all, what you need to do in the trial balance is you need to make sure. So this is the description. To make sure everything is neat. Right, okay, so that I can, if I have the columns with me, it would be easy for me to do it. Right, now I'm drawing the column. So this is the format of trial balance. Okay, very simple one. Right, so quickly make sure you're quickly drawing this. Okay, right. So number one, right, very simple. Very simple. First one was what? The cash sales of 230,000. I'm going back to the question. 230,000, which includes VAT portion 30,000. Before that, we need to always make sure we are putting the cash control account balances. Okay. Cash control account balances. So this 2247. So we did this last week. Okay. So this is the balance brought forward and this is the balance carried down. Okay. So this is the opening balance. This is the closing balance. So 2.2 million is the opening balance. 2247 is the closing balance. Okay. So first of all, you need to do that. Okay. Opening balance is always on the credit side. If it is the debit, you need to be on the credit side. So 200 and so 2200. Okay. 2200. So that should be on the credit side and closing balance. Sorry. Closing balance. So this is the opening balance. Closing balance is 2247. Okay. So it is on the credit side, but here in the trial balance, whatever the credit side, you put in debit side, and debit side should be on the credit side. Okay. So I'm going to write this. Whatever. So this is the opposite rule. Okay. What is the opposite rule? Opposite rule in trial balance. What is this? Opposite rule in trial balance. So this is very important. This opposite rule, make sure you remember. Okay. Opposite rule in trial balance. What is this opposite rule? Yes. Whatever that is there on the debit side will be written on the credit side of trial balance. Whatever that is there in the credit side will be written on the debit side. Okay. So I'm going to write this. Whatever on the TR side will be recorded on the CR side. Okay. So that is what you need to remember. Right. Okay. First, the first transaction we are done. Right. Okay. For trial balance, first transaction we are done. Right. And then the transaction number one, cash sales 230,000. I'm again going to the question. Cash sales 230,000. VAT portion 30,000. How will you recognize? Very simple. Okay. There has to be sales one and then VAT output. So you can just put as VAT. Okay. Now it has to be on the right. Now you can see. So this is the transaction. Okay. I'm highlighting this. This is the transaction. VAT cash 200,000 and VAT 30,000. So this is the transaction. What you have to do? Yes. So this is on the credit side. You need to put it on the debit side. So this 230. Right. Okay. Very simple. So you put 200 here. You put 30 here. Right. Okay. Put 200 here. So that rule is only for the what? Which part? Yes, that rule is only for the cash balance. Okay, cash balance part. So in this, you need to recognize as it is. Okay, so 200 here, 30 here. So this is how you need to recognize. Okay, so I hope you all have understood. This is only for this is only for cash control account. Cash control account. Okay, right. So we are done. Very simple. This very simple one, straightforward one. Okay, right. What is the next transaction? If you go to the tute, what is the next transaction? Cash purchases 115, which includes VAT portion of 15, right? Cash purchase and VAT portion, right? How much is this? 115. How, from where did I get this? Yes. You go to the purchases account, 100 is there, and then 15 is there. Okay. So make sure you understand. Okay. In the exam, very rarely the trial balance is tested. Okay. I've gone through the past papers. Very rarely they have tested the trial balance. Okay. So, but you need to make sure you understand. Right. Okay. So we are moving on. Right. The next transaction, payment of electricity, e-bill. How much was that? 12,000, right? Payment of electricity bill, it is 12,000, right? So here it is 12,000. This one also we have recognized. So I'm highlighting in yellow. Whatever we have done, I'm going to highlight in yellow. Now you may be thinking, sir, what about the cash outflow? Okay, so there is a double entry. In trial balance, there has to be a double entry, right? So you have only done the single entry now. The electricity bill 12,000. This is only the expense part. Where is the cash reduction part? Asset part. The asset part is inside this, right? Inside this. Very important, right? Okay. So I'm just showing you, right? Okay. So the next one, cash paid to creditors 30,000. Discount received how much? 5,000. Okay. So creditors and DR is creditors, right? Okay. So now let's go and check. Here is the transaction. We're going to put it in yellow. Okay. Once all the yellow things are completed, it would be easy for us, right? And discount received. You are receiving a discount. Very simple. So 35 this side. Is this side? No, right? It has to be on the credit side. Okay. And 5 here. Why? Here also, have I done it correct? Yes. So whatever that is there on the debit side, you have to do it on the debit side, right? So this creditor balance should be on the debit side. Very simple. Okay. Make sure all these things are simple. This is on the debit side, you're putting it in the debit side. So this is on the credit side, discount received, you're putting it in the credit side. Very simple. Okay. So normally it won't be tested, hopefully, just to give you a knowledge. Right. Okay. Repayment of bank loan 45,000. Interest includes 15,000. Okay. So now what are the transactions? We go to bank loan here, you see. Very simple. Right? 30 and 15. Okay. Quickly, I'm going to quickly do this. So bank loan 30, interest 15. Very simple. Right? We are done. The next one, the next transaction, I have the tube with me. Payment of salary. Very simple one. Salary. Let's see where the salary is. Here it is salary expense account. 35,000. Very simple. On the debit side. Right? Very simple. Next one, additional capital introduced. Additional capital introduced. Where is this? Yes, here it is. So it has to be on the credit side. 1.2 million. Right? So the next one, purchase of furniture. Furniture. Purchasing furniture. How much? Here it is. Right? Furniture. It is there on the debit side. Very simple. How much is this? 900,000. The next one, rent income received. Very simple, okay? Rent income, how much? 24. Rent income should be on the credit side, 24. Very simple, okay? Right, okay. So the next one, impairment. Impairment. Can you remember the Saman Mali example we took? Saman and Saman Mali? Yes. Recovery of impairment. So this we have to highlight in yellow. This also we have to highlight in yellow, right? So recovery of impairment is also on the credit side. So you have to put it on the credit side, right? So the next one, cash sales 345,000, which includes VAT portion of 45,000. Where is this? Cash sales 300, VAT of 45. Very simple. Okay, very simple. Sales 300, VAT 45, right? Okay. Purchases, the next one, purchases is 460, including 60 of VAT. Where is this? This yellow color we have not done. Nahari. Yes, and VAT input, it is here 60,000. Right? Purchases 400, VAT portion 60 on the debit side. Right? Payment of telephone. Nahari. Telephone bill. Right? So let's move on. Here is the telephone transaction on the debit side. You have to put it as yellow color. Right? 70. Done. Right? Cash drawings made by the owner. Drawings. You can put it as drawings. And let's see where the drawings is. Here is the drawings. Okay, we have to put it as yellow. Cash drawings, how much? 125. Cash paid to creditors. Annahari. Creditors. And then discount received. PR. Okay, so where is this? Here it is. This is 70 and this is 10. Right? Everything is done now. Very simple. We have done everything as yellow. Right? So 70 and 10. So we have to put it which side? Yes, 70 should be this side, but 10 should be other side, right? Am I correct? Am I correct? Yes, 70 is on the debit side. Discount received is on the credit side. Yes? Okay, right. Now we are done. Now we have to see whether it is tallying or not, right? We have to see whether it is tallying or not. So both the sides have to be equal. That is when your answer is correct. Shall we check whether it is tallying or not? Can you all please check and tell me whether it's tallying or not? One thing we have not done. What is this? Yes, the debtor account. Yes, this thing and this thing. Very important. Okay. So we have missed this part. Which transaction? Yes, cash collection from debtors on the 4th of January 2022 in your tute. Okay. We have missed that part. Okay. So that is very important. That is very, very important for you to understand. Okay. So we have missed that part. So what we have to do, we have to put it down here. That is when it will tally, right? So debtors by how much? Yes, debtors 50 credit, discount allowed 10 debit, right? Discount allowed 10 is should be debit. Now we have to calculate the total. The total is tallying, right? That means we have done the correct answer. Our answer is correct. Our answer is correct. Okay. So I hope you all have taken this down. Once you are done, please put in the chat box, sir, we have taken this down. You can go forward. Until that, I'm waiting for you all. I'm giving you all time. Please take this down so that we can move on to the next question. Once you all are done, please put it in the chat box. Sir, we have completed it. Please move on so that I can move on to the next question. Okay. So let's move on to the next part. Okay. So I'm moving on to the next part since every one of you all have said, right? Okay. So do you all want a break until for 5 minutes, or let's move on? Do you all want a break for 5 minutes, or we can move on? Because the class will go until 11 o'clock. You have 1.5 hours more. Do you need a 5 minutes break, or we can move on? Ziana, Arva, Salia. Do you all need a break for 5 minutes, or we can move on? Right? Better to take a 5 minutes, huh? Right. Okay. Yes. So I think it's better to take 5 minutes break. I'll be back by 9:28. Okay. So until that, you all can take a break. We'll be back at 9:28 in 5 minutes. Okay. Right. Okay, students. Sorry, got a little late. Okay. So let's start. Shall we start? Can someone please put in chat box? Okay, sir. We'll start. Can you put it in the chat box? Right. Okay, sir. Let's start. Right. Okay. So right. Let's start the next question. Right. So I'm going to share the screen of the other question. Right. Okay. So we are going to start the next question. Right. So this is also another very easy question. Cash control account balance, everything is given. What they are asking is, very simple two things. Okay. Only two simple things they are asking. What are those two things? One is the receipt and payment journal. The one is the relevant ledger accounts. Very simple, right? So we can quickly do this. I'm going to quickly do this. I'm not going to take much time. Okay. So I'm going to do this as fast as possible, right? Right. Okay. So let's move on to the question, to the answer for the question. Okay. So I'm going to share the Excel sheet. Okay. So I hope you have the hard copy with you. That is very, very important. Right. So next we are moving on. Right. Okay. Here we go. We are moving on. Again, the receipt and payment journal is the number one requirement. Right. So I'm going to copy the receipt and payment journal. I'm going to paste it, the previous one. Okay, because I can do that easily. I can't waste time, right? So I hope you all are also getting these things clearly, very quickly, right? If I delete this, I'm ready, right? So you all don't have the privilege to do this because you all are doing in a workbook, okay? So this is I am ready to do the answer. I am ready to do the answer. Yes, I know you all need 1 or 2 minutes to draw the format. Okay, so quickly I'm giving you 1 minute. Quickly draw the format of receipt and payment journal. So this time I'm making sure we have 5 columns. Okay, we need to have 5 columns. 4 columns are not enough. Okay, so I'm going to get the fifth column and rename the fourth column as VAT. Okay, rename the fourth column as VAT. Right. Okay. So I hope you all have enough time now. Right. So shall we start? Can we start? Are you all ready with the format? Can someone please put it in chat box? Yes, sir. Let's start. The next question. Right. Okay. Thank you, Ziani. Right. Okay. So number one, stock of 400,000. Am I sharing the Excel sheet? Yes. Okay. So stock of 400,000. You have the tube with you. We are in the question number 9. Okay. Stock of 400,000 has been purchased, receiving a trade discount of 10% VAT exclusive. Right. Now, VAT is always calculated on, we should remember, calculated after the trade discount, but before the, after the trade discount, but before the cash discount. Right. So this is very, very important. VAT is calculated after trade discount, but before cash discount. Now you know what is the difference between trade discount and cash discount. So trade discount is something that is related to whenever you purchase, you get a trade discount. Okay. Before settling cash. So cash discount is something when you're paying early, you get an early settlement discount. So we have spoken about this last week as well. Right. Okay. So let's move on. Right. Okay. So number one, stock of 400,000 has been purchased. Now this has to be in the payment journal, right? On 3rd of January 20, right? Let's keep 2025. No, it's 2022, right? Okay, right. Okay. So voucher number is not there. Description, purchase, right? Description is purchase. Have you received any discount? Yes. How much is the discount? Discount is 40. How did I calculate? Very simple. The list price they have given. How much is it? 400,000. So if they have given this, you get 10% out of this. Get 10% out of the 400 is 40. You get 10% out of this. This will give you 40,000. Very simple, right? So discount amount is 40. How much you are going to pay? How much you are going to pay? Are you going to pay? Are you going to pay 360,000 after the discount? Are you going to pay this amount? No. You need to add what? You need to add the VAT, value added tax component. Okay. So you get add 10% out of this. Now this is the value that you are going to pay, 396,000. Right? Very important to understand. If you didn't understand, tell me, I'll teach you again. So 396 is the one that you are going to pay. Out of this, purchases related to 360. VAT is related to how much? 36,000. Did you all understand? Is this clear? Is the first transaction clear? ළමයිට තේරුණාද? Did you all understand? Right. You all want to explain it again, right? I know this is a little bit complicated. Okay. Right. So first of all, how much is the value of the stock? Can someone please tell me how much is the value of the stock? That means before discount, before giving any discount, how much is the value of the stock? Can someone please put it in the chat box? Before giving the discount, how much is the value of the stock? Even if it is wrong, it doesn't matter. Come on, I need answers. How much is the value of the stock before giving any discount, if there is no discount, how much was the value of the stock? Waiting for answers. Until that, I can't go forward. Right. 400,000 is otherwise saying that is absolutely correct. Okay. So it is 400,000. Again, I'm going to do this. Okay. And then what's next? And then they are giving us a discount. How much is the discount? 40,000 discount. Why? How did I calculate this 40,000? Do you all know? Do you all know how did I calculate this 40,000? How did I calculate this 40,000? Can someone please tell me how did I calculate this 40,000 discount? That is the first step. Ziana, Arva, Alia, can you all tell me how did I arrive at this 40,000? Do you all know? Or sir, I don't know. That's what you can put it in the chat box. You all know? You all can tell me. Waiting until the answer. This 40,000, I'm asking this 40,000, how did I calculate? Discount. Right, very good. See, Zian has understood. 400,000 multiplied by 10%. Right, very good. So after the discount, what is the value? 360,000 is the value. I hope this is some basics, right? Even a grade 1 student would be able to understand this. Right. Now this is the value that you are going to pay for the stock before that. Okay. Before the VAT. Okay. Now what you have to do? You have to include the VAT component. Okay. Why? Because they have clearly said VAT exclusive kila tiyenawa. Have they mentioned VAT exclusive? Yes. Exclusive means without VAT amount. They have given us the VAT, the amount without VAT. That is simple. Now you have to add the value added tax. Very, very simple, straightforward. I'm going to repeat again. 360,000, this value after discount is there is no VAT inside this. But you need to include the VAT. Why? That clearly saying in the tute. Okay, the tute is with me. They're clearly saying above business is VAT registered business applicable rate is 10%. In the question itself, they're saying. Okay. So now what you have to do? You have to get 360,000 multiplied by 10%. 36,000. Did you all understand this? Come on, I need answers. How did I arrive at this 36,000 of VAT? Do you all understand how did I arrive at this? Yes, very clear, right? Thank you. So now you have to add this 36,000 on top of the 360,000. So you will be able to get 396. Very simple, very simple. Right? Did you understand? Ziana, did you understand? Arva, did you understand? That is all I need to make sure. Right. Very good. Very good. Right? So 396,000 is the amount that you are paying. Okay. So that is what I mentioned here. What is this 40? 390. What is this 40? May 40. Discount. But the purchase value is 360 and the VAT is 36. Where is 360? The Mathian 360, May 36. Did you understand? Is this clear? Can I go forward? If it is again not clear, I'm again ready to explain. No problem. You don't need to worry about anything. Right? Okay. So now we are moving on to the next one. 5th of March 2022. Cash sales. Now this has to be on the receipt journal. Why? Sales is something you're getting money. So you put it in the system. Right? Very simple. Cash sales is 600,000. Invoice price. Anna hari. දැන් මොනවද කියලා තියෙන්නේ? This is invoice price. This is invoice price kila megulu. They are saying this is an invoice price. That means this is after discount. Okay. This is after discount. Okay. So this 600,000 is after discount. So this 600,000 is comes here. Before discount value is how much? Now can you identify before discount value? How did we arrive at this thing? If 600,000 is after discount value, that means 600,000 is what? Very simple. Very simple. 600,000 is not 100%. It is only 90%. Okay, it is only 90. Just you can put it as 90. Okay, can erase this. You can put it as 90. This is not 100%. This is 90. How to make this 100%? You divide this by 90 and multiply this by 100. How much will you get? You divide this by 90, multiply this by 100. You will get how much? You will get how much? Let's check. Shall we check? You all have the calculator with you. You'll have the calculator with you. You all can quickly do this. So 600,000 divided by 90 multiplied by 100. So 666,666 is the value. Okay, 666, 666. Very simple. Now, how much is the discount? Discount is the difference between these two. So this minus this is the discount. Very simple. Right? Very simple. I hope you all have understood. If someone is there who has not understood, can tell me. Right? Very simple. And then how much is the VAT? They are saying VAT exclusive. That means you have to get 10% out of the invoice value. Okay. So with the VAT, how much is the value? Yes, very simple. Very simple. Right? So 660,000 is what you are going to pay. Right? So the description is how much? Sales. So this is a exam type question. Exam level question this is. Okay. 660,000 is what you are going to pay. Right? How much is the discount? Can someone please tell me how much is the discount you have received? Can someone please tell me how much is the discount that you have allowed? Sorry, not received, allowed. Discount allowed value. It is there here. How much is the discount allowed value? Arva? Ziana? How much is the discount allowed value? Even if it is wrong, it's not, there's no problem. So this is the before discount value. You can see before discount value. This is the after discount value. 600,000. 666 is the before discount value. 600,000 is the after discount value. How much is the discount? Anna hari. May tiyenne discount eka. Anna hari. I put it in. Let's put it some other color. All right. So 66,666 is the discount. Right? Very simple. Right? So let's put it fully. No, it's better to put it fully. Right? So right. So first of all, 660,666. So 66,000 is the discount allowed. How much is the sales value? How much is the sales value? How much is the value that you are going to sell? 600,000 is the sales value and VAT component is 60,000. Did you all understand? තේරුණාද මේවා? තේරුණාද කියන එක තමයි තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ. If didn't understand, I can explain again. තමයි තේරුණාද? Right. Very good. Right. Let's move on. So these are very important sessions. While attending very important sessions. If you neatly, you'll be getting 10 to 15 marks during the exam if you know these parts. Okay. Right. I'm going to erase this. Right. Okay. So we can move on to the next one. Payment of electricity. Very easy. Payment journal. Right. 7th of March 2022. E-bill. Very simple. How much is the amount? 20,000. You can put in the e-bill column 20,000. Finish. Simple. Done. Right? That is it. Very simple. Electricity bill, there is no VAT. No. They have not mentioned anything regarding VAT. They are silent. You also say silent. Simple. Huh? Right? Rent income received 30,000. The next one, rent income received 30,000. Only received 50% during the month. Okay. So this is 30,000 rent income. Right. So we have to put it in the receipt journal, right? So because you are receiving, not paying. Rent income you are receiving. Right? Here we go. Rent income is how much? 30,000. You can put it on the other column. 30,000. Very simple. Right? Devan ekat lazy. We are done. Right? Very simple one. We have done so many questions in this. So I'm not going to take much time. Quickly, quickly I'm going to do. Right? Bank loan. 15th of March 2022. Bank loan. How much? 300,000. Bank loan received. You're receiving something. So you can't put it here. That's a mistake. Can't put it here. 15th of March, it has to be on the receipt journal. You're receiving a bank loan. How much? How much is the bank loan? Simple. 300,000. And put it on the bank loan column. 300,000. Simple. Very easy. Right? Next one. Cash drawings. 50,000. Means money is going out of the business. It means money is going out of the business. Okay. Drawings. How much? 50,000. Other column 50,000. Simple. Right? I hope you all have understood this. These are very straightforward one. Nothing to do anything big. Okay. Right. The next one, cash purchases 500,000 list price. Receiving 10% rate discount, VAT exclusive. Anna hari. දැන් ඔය වගේම තව දෙයක් කරන්න යනවා අපි. Right? Okay. I'm going to delete all of these. Right? Okay. So the next one. Right. Cash purchases 500,000, receiving 10% rate discount. Okay. Cash purchases. Right. First of all, what you have to do? How much is the list price? The list price is 500,000. That is before discount. Right. So how much is the discount? It is 10%. 10% means 50,000. So total is how much? 450,000. Very simple. Okay. Right. And then VAT on top of this. So VAT is 45,000. That means 25,000 out of this. So this is the total value, 495. Did you all understand? Very simple. This is before discount. Before discount. Okay. This is before discount. This is the discount value, 50,000. This is after discount. This is VAT. This is total. Total paid. Right? Total amount paid. Right? Very simple. Right? So we are going 19th of March 2022. I hope you all have understood. Again, I'm going to teach you. Right? No. Okay. So this is a little bit complicated now. So I'm going to teach you again. Right? Cash purchases. So this is the list price, 500,000. So discount, how did I get 10% discount? 10% out of this 500,000 is 50,000. Okay. After discount value is how much? 500 minus 50. That is 450,000 after the discount. And then the VAT component, 10% out of this, 45,000. And then the total amount paid is how much? 495,000. Right? It's very simple, straightforward one. Right? Straightforward one. Okay. So, right, give me a second, I'll come back. 1 minute. Right, okay. So, what we have to do, it has to be on the payment journal. Very simple, right? So, purchases, right? So, this is purchases. How much is the value that you are going to pay? Right. First of all, how much is the discount? We all know it is 50,000. 50,000. Right? So, here is the discount. Discount one we have recognized. Very simple. Right? So, how much you are going to pay? Total paid 495,000. Out of this, after discount value is 450,000 and the VAT value is 45,000. Simple. Did you understand? Is it okay? Can I go forward? Can I go forward? Is it okay? Are you all clear? Or shall I give another, you need another explanation? Right. Otherwise, okay. Ziana, you need another explanation or can I go for? Right, okay. So we can move forward. Payment of advertising expenses. Very simple. I go. So simple. 20th of March 2022. Advertising 160,000. Payment of advertising. Okay. So 160,000. We can put it in the other column. Advertisement means you are putting in, for example, in Sirasa TV, putting an advertisement. You can get a, this is a expense. Very simple. For example, to be honest, I'm also working in Sirasa TV. So in News First, in MTV, MBC. So those are the things that I'm also working there. So I know that, right? Okay. Cash sales 440,000, VAT inclusive. So how are you going to get it? Cash sales. Okay. VAT inclusive. That means total received. VAT inclusive means this included VAT. So 440,000 is the inclusive of VAT, right? So how much is the VAT? How to calculate VAT? Anyone who knows how to calculate VAT? Can someone please tell me? VAT take a key either. Someone please tell me how much is the VAT? So this has VAT. This 440,000 is included VAT, not like previous questions. This basic grade 10, 11 mathematics. Can someone please tell me? I'm waiting until someone tells me how much is the VAT value. Even if it is wrong, it doesn't matter. I'll teach you. Cash sales 440,000. VAT inclusive. There is no discount and all discounts are not there. Yes, Arva has given the correct answer. Well done. About Ziana. About Ziana. Even if your answer is wrong, no problem. Just give an answer. 44. Okay. So now we are going to calculate the VAT. Right? Okay. So 440,000 is the total value. Is this? Okay. So 440,000 is the total value. So this is including VAT. VAT is how much? 10%. So this is not 100%. This is 110%. Okay. 110%. You divide this by 110 and you multiply this by 100 unit. If you get the 100% value, you will be getting how much? 400,000. Okay. Now what you need to do? Very simple. You can do any method you want. So 400,000 is this value after discount. So there is no discount here. So how much is the VAT value now? VAT value now is 440,000 minus 400,000. 40,000 is the VAT value. So, Gianna, you have told 44 means 440,000. That is the total value. Okay. So, if you add this to 400, if you add this we add this 400,000 and 40,000, this amount will tally with the total. How? Yes, here it is. Right? Very simple. Ziana, did you understand? Is this clear? 40,000, is this clear? Right. Okay. Very good. Right. Very happy. Because these small efforts will take you to an A pass in your exam. Okay. Trust me, this is going to happen very soon. Right. So this is related to sales. 22nd of March 2022. Sales. How much? 440,000 is the total received. So sales is 400. VAT is 40,000. Okay. VAT is 40,000. Very simple. Right. Next one, encashed a check of 20,000 and paid 19,000 to another business. Okay. Encashed the check. 23rd of March 2022. Encashed the check means you go to the bank, give the check, tell them to give you the money. That means you are receiving money, right? So you put the as check. How much is the check value? 20,000. And put it as other 20,000. And then there is another adjustment. You have paid 19,000 to another business. Payment journal. 23rd of March 2022. Payment. How much is the payment? 19,000. Very simple. 19,000. Very simple, right? Okay, straightforward. Finish. The next question. Repayment of bank loan 38,000. Interest includes 8,000. Very easy. Very easy, very simple. 25th of March 2022. BL plus I plus INT. What is this? BL plus INT. Bank loan plus interest. How much is this? 38,000. You can put 38,000 here. Very simple. Done. Finish. So easy. Right? Very easy. So I'm going a little bit fast because I assume, because we have already done so many questions in this, so I don't need to. It's stuck at one place. Okay. Cash collection from a debtor 27,000 and allowed 10% discount. Now you have to identify, right? Cash collection from a debtor, right? So how much have you collected cash? 27,000. This 27,000 is 90%, not 100%. Why? After 10% discount. Means you are reducing 10% and giving. So this 27,000 is only 90%. If you want to make it 100%, what you have to do? You want to multiply by this. This will give you how much? 30,000. Very simple, straightforward one. So the next one, what you have to do? Yes, simple. 30,000. How much is the discount? 3,000. Very simple. To reduce 3,000 out of this, if you get 30,000 minus 3,000, it will give you 27,000. Very simple, right? So I don't think I need to explain this too much. If you want, put it in the chat box. Very simple. Okay, let's erase this. Right, okay. So, receipt you are receiving, right? 26th of March 2022. How much is this? Cash collection from a debtor. Cash. How much you are collecting? 27,000. Discount allowed how much? 3,000. Very simple. 27,000. This will reduce by 30,000. No? Yes, the data will reduce by 30,000. Right? I hope you all have understood. If there is anything, let me know. Cash paid to creditors. Next one. Cash paid to creditors 40,000. Receiving a cash discount of 40,000. Of 10%. So this is again very simple one. Not going to go in detail. 27th of March 2022. Creditor. How much? 40,000 you are paying. How much is the discount? Receiving a cash discount. Okay. So 40,000 is after the discount. So before the discount is how much? So 40,000 is after discount. Before discount is how much? 40,000 divided by 90 multiplied by 100. Okay. So 40,000 is the after discount value. How much is the discount? 4,444. Very simple. 44,444. Cash paid to credit. Right? I hope you all understand. This is very easy one. Okay. You have paid 40,000. Before the discount, it was 44,444. So the discount that you have received is 4,444. Is this okay? Ziana, Arva, is this okay? Right. Okay. So we can move forward. Next one, recovery of impairment losses. Recovery of impairment means you are receiving money. 29th of March 2022. Very simple. Impairment. How much? Very simple. 200,000. Put it under the column 200,000. Right? So cash collection from debtors 80,000 and discount allowed 20,000. 30th of March 2022. Cash collection from debtors is how much? Cash collection from debtors is how much? 80,000. Discount allowed is how much? 20,000. The debtor will be reducing by 100,000. Right? Very simple, huh? Straightforward. Did you understand? Ziana, are you okay? Arba, are you okay? Can I move forward? Right. Okay. So cash pay to creditors. Very simple. Last one. 31st of March 2022. Cash pay to creditors. We are saying discount received 90,000. Discount received is 10,000. They are clearly given. Examiner is such a good person. They are clearly given the discount value also. Right? We are done. Cash receipt and payment journal is completed. Receipt and payment journal is completed. Okay. The next one is the ledger accounts. Very simple. Now you should be able to do the ledger accounts alone. Okay. You should be able to do the ledger accounts alone. Right. So I don't need to, I don't need you in this. Right. So once you are done with this, let me know. Once you are done copying this, let me know so that I can move forward. Put it in the chat box once you are done. I'm giving you enough time. Ziana is done. About Arba. What about Arba? Ziana is done. Right. So we are stopping the class today a little early. We would have gone until 11. Okay. So we are stopping the class a little early. So you have a homework. 2017 advanced level question I have given you. So that is very easy one. Plus the ledger accounts. Okay. Homework. Okay. I'm going to show you what is the homework for you. Okay. Be there with the homework so that I can quickly finish off next week. Okay. So this one is the homework, but I don't need to do this, right? This is the homework. Relevant ledger accounts. And then this is the 2017 at A-level paper question, your real paper question. Okay. So this is how they have asked. With the cash receipts and payment journal. So this is also homework for you, right? You can do this. Then we will be doing the remaining questions, and next week we will be moving on to bank reconciliation statements. Very important. And if you have done O-level commerce, accounting business studies, you would have learned what is this. But still, I will be giving you 100% knowledge on what this is, right? So all the best. Let's move on. Let's next week. And if anyone who has not paid the fees, make sure you pay it so that you will be able to get the tute in advance the next tute, right? So all the best. Thank you.